So I was going through some animated movies on the DC section of Max, formerly HBO Max. Not that that was all that great of a title, but it was better than this one. But what are you going to do? So anyway, I came across this film called DC Showcase, Constantine, House of Mystery. Yes. Yeah. So basically what it is a bunch of collections of these short films that were, the extras on Blu-rays of their different animated features. And the first one is a Constantine story, so I guess that's why they gave him top billing and all that. And it's interesting because it's a bit of an epilogue to the Justice League, War and Apocalypse movie that sort of ended their overall DC animated universe series of DC animated movies they did, where it was kind of a bookend from Flashpoint to that, where they send the Flash off to go start over. and so Constantine wakes up and finds himself in the House of Mystery. Now, House of Mystery is a long-winded thing, and it was this crazy house where you walk into it and you could possibly never leave. It travels around, all this stuff. And in Justice League Dark, they used that house, Constantine did, and the other members, to travel around in and all this stuff. But it's more than your average haunted house and that sort of thing. Plus, there was a title, House of Mystery, which was, I believe, a horror anthology title that DC had, but also the sort of the host characters of Cain and Abel, which ended up being reintroduced through Vertigo and Sandman and stuff like that. So anyway, it's not that great of a short. He finds himself in it. He's tormented by the life he could have had, that all turn into demons and torment him in the House of Mystery. And he keeps trying to escape. And he finds a way to do it, but he confronts the Spectre. And the Spectre is the one who put him there. And then ultimately reveals that, well, you could have had a happy life, but you're just not the person capable of having it. It wasn't his intention that he be tormented in the House of Mystery. He was just keeping him there because he felt that was a just punishment for the troubles he had caused. And but that was Constantine's own guilty nature caused all of this and everything. And then at the end, he escapes ultimately, and so the Spectre sends him what appears to be a new universe. And he's like, no, I don't want to start over again. No. And off he goes, That's about it. So you move on to the other stories, which are actually much better. First of all was Commandy, which is another one of the Kirby projects that he did when he jumped over to DC. Technically not connected to the Fourth World stories and all that, but eventually Grant Morrison does that with Final Crisis, and you can see how and why. So it's Commandy's the last boy, where the Earth is in the distant future and a great disaster has happened. And so you've got animals that are upright and have become intelligent and all that sort of stuff. It's kind of like a weird, surrealistic, magical mystery tour version of Planet of the Apes, and his planet of all the other creatures. He's got a robot friend who looks normal but can turn into a man of steel, if you will. And it's a short narrative and tour through that story, and ultimately showing that this is the DC universe, Earth, in that there's this mythological figure that they're hoping, a sort of messiah they're hoping to return, who had actually saved them from a greater disaster, and they keep searching for him, and then these people believe that Commandy is the reborn version of him, and they offer him the raiments of this legendary messiah, and they find it in, spoiler, it's Superman's outfit. So that's the deal. Of course, their histories and legends of the past is about Superman probably being the last superhero fighting off the great disaster and perhaps saving the Earth from ultimate destruction. But anyway, so that was the deal, and Commandy it's possible he still is out there, so he's going to search for him and all that sort of stuff. So that's how that one goes. The next one is the Losers, which was a World War II outfit set of stories, and they always ended up on weird stories. And here they're sent to this island where there's strange things happening. Well, there's a time travel experiment going on, and so the island is overrun with dinosaurs and stuff. So it's that sort of thing, and it's a mission. And there's a spy in their ranks that's, wanting to capture, or just, I can't even remember now. Did she wanted to destroy it or what? But anyway, and they're the losers. They've accepted they're going to die on their missions and all that stuff. So they jump into the time chasm, as it were, to deal with it. But then finally, we get to the best of the batch, which I didn't read the description. I'm just watching the streaming thing, and I thought it was just going to be, I thought the whole thing would just be a Constantine movie. And I realized, these are all the shorts and stuff. And this is, I think, is actually a second collection of them. And I do have, I guess I went cheap and bought the DVD, of the Apocalypse War. So I hadn't seen like any epilogue, but that's how a Constantine plays out. So, but anyway, that was the deal. I'd seen one about the Spectre and on other Blu-rays and whatnot. But anyway, so the final episode, as it were, was, yes, the Blue Beetle. And of course, it's the best one. Just because it's so much fun and hilarious, and it's done in the style of the 60s animation, of which they did, of course, ultimately culminating in the Super Friends cartoon. But before that, they had these Justice League cartoons that they would do, and they were slapped out very quickly, very cheaply, and it shows. And they recreated that here, even with a silly 60s style theme song for Blue Beetle and all that. And some of it has a bit of a nod to the Spider-Man cartoon that Marvel did. Same situation during the 60s. But complete with coloring mistakes, which would often happen. I don't know if they happen to the degree they do here with Blue Beetle. I mean, a lot of times it would be like Batman's bat symbol on his chest, would the colors would reverse, where the bat is yellow and the circle is black and that sort of thing. Same thing for Robin's R and all that. But it's a comedy. It's not taking it seriously, but it works, and it's a silly little tale. And of course, it's Blue Beetle, so of course I had to appreciate that one. So, should you have a Max subscription, then you might want to check out DC Showcase, Constantine, House of Mystery, and you can skip ahead to the final show. If you sort of watch the whole thing, it's fun, and check out the Blue Beetle and all his 60s glory.